Hey guys! Today I'm going to be doing another custom doll or doll repaint. I'm also going to show you how to make a simple long sleeve shirt just so she's not completely naked, so I really hope you'll enjoy. The doll I'm going to be repainting is the pink top from the Made to Move collection, and the first thing I did was just reroute her with some pink viscose. I do go through this process in one of my other repaint videos, so I'm going to link that in the info box. After removing the factory paint with acetone, you want to prime the face. I ran out of the one I usually use, so for this I'm just going to be using the same one I used in my tattoo video. It's just a clear sealant with a matte finish that is compatible with plastics. Before I started on the actual repaint, I just added a final touch to the hair, aka some dark roots, and for this I'm using alcohol ink. For the repaint I'm going to be using my watercolor pencils by the brand Carandache, and then I'm also going to be using two shades of pastel, one for contour and one for highlights. I first sketched out the shape of the eye just very lightly using the pencil itself, and then I started adding more details using the brush and the watercolor effect. The way I do this is to wet the brush and then touch it to the tip of the pencil to pick up the pigment, just like you would with a normal watercolor palette. If you prefer using the pencil directly on the doll, you can definitely do that as well. I just personally prefer using the brush. Some of you have been asking for some more colorful eyeshadow looks, so for this one I just went with all the colors. I did a gradient that starts off with yellow in the inner corner, it then fades to green, blue, purple and then pink. And then for the rest of the face I just went with the classic Barbie combination, which is the blue eyes and the pink lips. Although I did make the lips more like a stain and not like an actual bright lipstick. To make the eyes less flat looking, I always add some grey shading where the top of the eyelid goes, and then I also add some white highlights. I think right before I posted the last repaint, some of you told me that they came out with 2 more dolls for the Made to Move collection. I was looking around in toy stores near me to see if they had them. Unfortunately, they have a pretty bad selection, so I might have to order them online if I can find one at a reasonable price. Next I added the contour, blush and highlight to the cheeks. I also painted the teeth using white gouache. The main difference between watercolors and gouache is just that gouache is opaque, so if you don't have this you can also use acrylic paint. And then for the eyelashes I usually use the watercolor pencils as well, but for these I wanted them to be more dramatic, so I used acrylic paint instead. And once you're done, you want to spray it with another layer of the sealant. To make the shirt you want to begin by making a pattern. For this I first marked off right at the shoulder, then the armpit area, the waist and then the length of the shirt. It's better to make the pattern a bit too wide because you can always take it in, but it's very difficult to add fabric once you've cut it. And then you also want to make a simple pattern for the sleeve. Cut out 2 of each from the fabric of your choice. I used some mint green t-shirt material. You then want to attach the sleeves by sewing half of the sleeve onto each of the other pieces. Once you have that, you can fold it, and then you want to sew along the sleeves and the side of the shirt. You also want to make sure to fold in both the edge of the sleeve and then the length of the shirt, just to make the edges look more neat. For the next step, you first want to flip it with the right side out. You then want to prepare 2 rectangles and sew these onto the neck and shoulder area. And then lastly, sew down the sides of those. As a final touch, I just glued on some lace ribbon, but this is completely optional. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.